Alright, hello there, and welcome back to Dead Cells. Last time I had a pretty successful run with some wonderful turret children of mine. I actually had a successful run for once. My first. I actually got to the part of the game that is currently unfinished and just started me with a new run. A good amount of gold, and most importantly, that boss source cell, which I feel like I'm probably going to be able to do something with it, you know? But I have no idea what that might be. Let's see if anyone reacts to that now. I feel like something has to have changed. Okay, here we go. So this was kind of what I was expecting when I heard about mutators. The mutations in this game, of course, are just like skills you can equip for bonuses, but this is what I was thinking they would be when I first heard of them. Changes to the run that you're currently on. So by injecting the Assassin's boss source cell, I boost enemy strength, but I also increase the level of the foundry, and I can collect more boss source cells, I guess? So I'm probably gonna want to do this since it sounds like I can get more stuff this way, so let's try it out. I'm probably going to get that immediately though, knowing me. And I think with this run, I might... Oh, okay, that's what it means by boosting enemies' strength. There are now asshole wizards here. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but I guess I don't really have much of a choice. So I think for this run, I'm going to try and do what I had initially set out to do with the previous one, and focus on parrying. Getting the timing down, just getting more used to doing it, and so on and so forth. I just feel like that's a pretty good idea. Because if I ever do face the assassin again, I'm gonna want to be pretty skilled with the shields. I'm not likely to be able to luck out with an OP turret build every time, so I kind of have to improve my skills. I can't be relying on my kits forever. So yeah, I think I'm gonna ignore the turret this time and actually go with some... Yeah, it's actually a pretty good bonus. Let's go with the ice grenade. How rude, though, attacking me while I'm shopping. What a jerk. So I wonder what other changes there are going to be on this run now that I've injected that boss cell. Also, they are just even more showing their Dark Souls influence on their sleeves. Come on. Boss cell, boss soul. They knew what they were doing there. But I wonder what other changes there are going to be, what other enemies are going to be included early on. I get the feeling that they're probably going to be rude with some of the new placements. Just a guess. Hopefully I end up finding some other weapon upgrade though. I made a lot of use of the Impaler last one, so I'd like to try something else out. If I'm going with shields, I'm also probably going to go with survival level ups more so than anything else. So also getting a weapon that actually scales with that would be really nice, but it's always going to be luck of the draw. So we'll see what I actually end up getting. Be nice if I could come across a curse chest, maybe get a colorless weapon from one of those. Ooh, frost magic. And it has a really good ability with it. Reduces the chance of unfreezing an enemy when attacking. That's really nice. The big issue is I can't rely on it for damage, and it doesn't really work well with shields either. I don't want to give it up because it's easily just one of the best, like, attacking things you can have, but... Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the knockout shields. Oh wow, 2 chest rooms, one after the other. Talk about luck. I might focus more on parrying stuff later on. I just really don't want to give up an item as good as Frost Magic, you know? See, that is why Frost Magic is so good. You can just freeze people, do a decent amount of damage, and then just wail on them. Especially with that bonus of enemies being less likely to unfreeze when attacked. I think that was it, right? Yeah. It basically means I can just spam enemies to death now. I might actually want to keep this Frost spell for the entirety of the run, so I guess those Frost level ups were kind of pointless. Oh well. And since I went down the sewer path last time, let's go with the promenade one this time. Maybe even into the ossuary if I'm feeling brave enough. Alright, so what am I gonna go with? I do want to try out that new spell, but I'm unlikely to use it this run. Let's focus on that Hunter's Grenade. That'll aid me with unlocking items, I think. And apparently I can only pick up this mutation the first time it's available, so since none of these other ones seem super important for what I currently have, let's go with that. Having a bonus 1-up in stock, it sounds like it would be really useful, especially if I am trying to go for another successful run here. I know, right? It started off as like your typical 90s JRPG, and now it's like an action platformer. Yeah, no, I was enjoying Saga, but I just felt the stream wasn't going super well, so I kind of stopped. And then I came back with some Dead Cells. Okay, that's an interesting change. So it seems that injecting that boss cell also just straight up changed the level design of this place. There's now 3 locked doors. And I'm guessing I can pick up keys in the level. That is a huge change. I was not expecting that. And yep, a whole bunch of more annoying asshole enemies, of course. I should have expected as much. So we now have the upgraded Cannoneer variants to deal with, in addition to the normal enemies that are present. Yeah, I think as long as I don't make any dumb mistakes, I think I have this run pretty much in the bag. Between the free 1-up that I picked up, and the fact that I have this OP Frost Magic, I don't think I should be having any problems. I say right before I die. I know it's not a good idea to tempt fate in this game. It always seems to screw me over. And I guess so much for going for that shield build as well. I'll try it one of these other days. Oh, it's Dead Cells. Is the stream title not changed? I thought I changed it, but maybe it didn't take. I'm not sure. Oh god. It is Dead Cells, a game that is currently in early access. It's a roguelite Metroidvania with a bit of Dark Souls influence. Although I would say the Dark Souls influence is mostly just in kind of the themings, not so much the gameplay. It's a very fast-paced, active game. I'm gonna end up going with a tactics-based build again. I wanted to go with something different, but just the items I'm getting is kind of pointing me in that direction. This game is really good, by the way, even though it's in early access. Like, when it first released, the first early access build, it was still like a very good game. It felt like all the core game mechanics and stuff were pretty complete. And mostly what they've done since is balance changes and content additions. I think they're set for release early next year or something like that. I didn't make it quick enough. Damn it. But yeah, like every update they've done has just introduced a whole bunch of improvements. And the latest one made a whole bunch of changes to the leveling system, making it a lot more fun, I feel. Combines good platforming with fast-paced combat and just a whole lot of fun equipment to play around with. It really is good. Ooh, I could finally go in these doors. I couldn't do that on previous runs. That must be because of the boss cell that I used. God, these upgraded cannoneers are really doing me a number. It's the fact that their grenades end up splitting into 3 after they fire that keeps messing me up. Because I think I get out of range and then it splits and then they practically home in on me. Okay, well this side area was kind of pointless. I mean, it had a merchant. I guess it would have been more useful if he had something I was actually interested in. But yeah, as you can see, if you are decent at this game, which I'm not, but I can pretend like I am at times, you can just fly through and just carve your way through hordes of enemies. It's really great. Still haven't figured out what causes this speed buff that it appears every now and again. It's gotta be something about killing enemies, but I haven't figured out exactly what. Alright, well this looks like just a pure upgrade to my current grenade, so yeah, let's go with that. A bit stronger and a bit of damage reduction. Perhaps I should have used the teleporter to get out of here. You'd think I'd be used to that, given that's like a major game mechanic, but occasionally, now and again, I'll just walk back out the long way. I'm not very bright. I hope the keys to those doors that I saw earlier aren't hidden or anything. I'd hate to miss them because there was a blueprint that they were guarding, and I want more items. More fun shit to play around with. Don't think I didn't see this room game. Okay, bonus area. Let's see if I can actually manage to get through it. Because I gotta go fast and avoid taking any damage. Alright, going good so far, making pretty good use of that frost spell. But I gotta keep up the speed. If I go slow for even a moment, I'm not gonna make it. The time is really tight for this. Alright, a few more enemies to go. I'm not sure I'm gonna make it. It used to be pretty easy to get through this, but I think they tightened up the time. If I can kill 1 enemy per second, while also making it fast, I might do it, but yeah, no. So you can't take those slowly and surely anymore. You really just have to beeline for it. Ugh. That's probably for the best, though, because if you had a decent setup, like if you had Frost Magic before, those were basically guaranteed victories. Oh, that must be a key. So it's nice that you actually have to give a bit of effort now. So I don't know if I need 1 key for each of those doors, if I can use this key on all 3, but let's keep going forward. Yeah, I think I might end up spreading out my levels evenly on this run. It's probably not as good as going with one type, but it's not like it's that big of a deal anyway. This game is more concerned about the gear that you have and using it well than it is raw stats. Speaking of raw stats though, the game's just giving me level up after level up, which I'll take that. I won't say no to free power. Oh no, I get the music glitch where it stops and then won't stop for a while. It's always the worst. Because the music in this game is so nice. It sucks to be without it for a time. Oh, I don't see you, Breakable Ground. Where are you taking me? Fire Grenade kind of wouldn't work well with my setup. I don't exactly want to unfreeze anything I've frozen, so recycle. I cannot tell what's going on, but all I know is that it likely involves my death, so let's flee. Okay, whew. Time to use one of my other healing charges. It's good to know when to fold them, you know? Ooh, that's right, I can open up these doors now, can't I? Oh, not this one. Okay, well that's a bit of an issue they might want to fix. I'm playing with this game in English, but that message it gave me... Tu cellulase de bos requises. I think that sounds French, maybe? Either way, that's clearly not English. So I guess I need 2 boss cells to unlock some doors. Bear trap, also not that useful given my current setup. But I do love the mechanic they added of allowing you to scrap stuff for gold. Huh? What is it? Oh, you have French? Let's go back then. Yeah, it's a message it gave me when I tried to open up a door down here. And decidedly non-English. Where was it? There it is. Right there, 2 cellulase de bos requises. I'm like 90% sure it's not Spanish. If it is, then wow, my 3 years of Spanish in high school really didn't teach me anything. Yeah, so it is French. Good, I'm glad I was able to recognize that. Let's see. I could do with an upgrade. Using a tier 1 weapon this far in is probably not great. None of these really synergize well with my setup, though. I might just go with the blood sword just because I'm very partial to that, but I'm gonna hold off on making any purchases. I might get lucky and find a better weapon drop randomly. Oh, I might find nothing. I'm actually dealing with these splitting cannonballs pretty well now. I guess I'm actually getting used to them. And that's good, because they are a pretty common enemy later on, from what I recall. Oh god. Still not great about avoiding all these traps, though. Sometimes I proceed forward a bit too swiftly, for my own good. Yeah, I really don't want to take too much more damage, because I don't exactly have any more healing on hand. But I should be near one of the exits anyway, so it's probably not that big of a deal. I wonder if they might actually re-nerf the frost magic. It used to be a lot slower than it currently is. And with... oh, 3 boss cells required. And with its current speed, it's actually, honestly, in my opinion, kind of OP, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did re-nerf it. Okay, so that door leads to the prison depths, which is an area that, if I recall, I think I've only actually been to once before, when I first tried out the 4th update, or maybe the 3rd. Played this game sparingly enough over the months that it's been out that I don't quite remember. I'm careful not to get burned out on it. I don't want another Darkest Dungeon situation, where I don't actually play the game in its full release just because I end up getting burned out. So yeah, that's one possibility, and I'm pretty sure that another exit in this area... oh my god, well, so much for my guaranteed victory. Crap. Normally I like to try and kill the elites because they drop good shit, but probably not a great idea now. I'm just gonna try and make it to an exit, see if I have any more keys to find, and hopefully not die. What's with the glowing red shit? Oh wow, I never noticed. Elite enemies actually have a red aura. Yeah, burnout is pretty common with early access. Gotta be careful with that. Can I just say, it's something I often forget about because it's so subtle and easy to miss and rare to see in this type of game, but it's a 2D game with actual friggin' lighting effects. How cool is that? Very cool is the answer. If you said anything else, well, leave. So yeah, I have 3 exits available. I can go to the Ramparts, which I've done before, the Ossuary, which is pretty rough, or the Prison Depths, which I think might even be rougher. I'm not sure. There's an Amethyst down there, but even though you don't take any fall damage if you do the ground pound, I'm kind of worried about it actually falling all that way, given how low HP I have, so I'm just gonna ignore that. It's not like I need the golds. Let's go all the way back to the start before I forget, and see if I can unlock all 3 of those doors. Okay, no, I do need to find another 2 Gardener's Keys. That's honestly kind of odd. Like, I don't know where I'm supposed to have found them then. Because one was obvious enough, are like the other 2 hidden, or how is it handling things? Can I like, ooh, I can go all the way up this wall. Kind of. Looks like I'm being stopped now, though. Nope. It looks like there might be something hidden up here. Okay, well that's pretty cool. That's a well-hidden secret. Wrench blueprint. And yeah, no damage from a fall if you do the ground pound, thank goodness. Alright, so I wasn't able to get this blueprint here because I have no idea where those other 2 Gardener's Keys are. Maybe this is a persistent thing, and like I need to do 3 runs with getting the key. I'll find out next time, I guess. Oh, you know what? There's probably one behind maybe each of those doors. That's a possibility. And so I'll need to get 2 more boss cells to actually be able to do that. Let's go to the prison depths. It's been a while since I've done that area. Given the fact that I'm playing on a buff difficulty, maybe that's not such a great idea, but I made my decision. I have that 1-up after all. So what is the wrench about? A melee attack on a nearby enemy with a projectile stuck in it causes the projectile to fall out and inflicts 69 damage. What the hell is with this stream today and the 69 number popping up? Like, I guess that's just the universe blessing me or something. Either way, that sounds like a pretty good mutation to have. So I think I might try and unlock that. Especially since it's only 50 cells. As for what mutation I'm going to pick this time, I'm not using deployed skills, so that wouldn't be too good. And I'm not really using ranged weapons either. I'm thinking maybe the general damage buff or the cooldown. That could also be useful. Let's go with the damage buff. I had a lazy run last time with those turrets. Let's try and build a more active character this one. Yeah, hold on a second, I'm just checking something here. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, prison depths. We have sombrero-wearing individuals, okay. I don't actually remember what they're about at all, so I'm kind of a bit worried. Let's rely on my OP freezing ability. Pretty good. I didn't even have to find out what he did. Okay, well, now I know what they do. That was pretty nasty. So, don't give them a chance to wind up and spin around like a top. Got it. Oh dear, having to use one of my healing flasks this early on is not a great sign. But if I can put the knowledge I get to use and actually avoid that in the future, I'll probably be fine. Probably. Oh great, there's fog mages here as well, hiding the enemies. Probably my least favorite thing, just because it's really rude. Oh gosh, don't remind me of that show. I loved that so much as a kid. That dumb top show. I blame Yu-Gi-Oh! For getting me into those product placement anime, where the entire world is obsessed with insert money-making game here. Money-making is in for, like, the corporations owning the shit. I think I even bought, like, one of those dumb Beyblade arena things that just straight up did not work, like, at all. And I was so disappointed that I wasn't able to spin around the tops crazily like I did in the show, like they did in the show. Child me was not very bright. And again, neither is current me, so it's not too surprising. Alright, I'm actually making decent speed this time, and boy is that a lot of enemies. It's a bit much game. Maybe if I approach from the other way I'll have an easier time, since I can drop down. I gotta do it quickly though. Oh, screw you, arrows. I should have ducked instead. Rolling was a mistake. And yeah, child me was so disappointed at the lack of crazy fire and special effects spitting out of the tops when using them. And I'm only being partially facetious about that. Like, I knew that that wasn't gonna happen, but I still expected more out of the actual toys than I got. Alright, the fact that I'm using a tier 1 weapon is probably not helping me at this point. It's probably why I'm taking so long to kill things. I really should have gone back and gone for that weapon upgrade. Oh well. You know what? I have freezing. If I'm careful, I should be able to suffer through this. So you can break open these gold doors if you just bust them down enough. Well, at least you could in previous builds. There we go. But you're inflicted with a curse where you die in a single hit. Unless you kill enough enemies. And the 1-up that you get does not protect you from this type of death. As I just showed there. See, it's important to demo game mechanics when you're streaming or playing them for the internet. That's how you know I'm a professional.